So this is Diesel We the People News. Alright, so I've been doing a little research on this, well, for a while, but it's been hit and miss because I've been doing other stuff. And it's the lineal title. Without it, you truly do not own land. The deed is a tax paper, basically. All it says is Texas own your land and you must lease it to us. But on the bright side, it's cheaper than you making house payments. But since we own the land, we're going to lease it to you. Colonial title is that you own it plain out and cannot be taxed because it is truly yours. Anyway, this is Diesel We People News. It's a learning video. I'm not an attorney, so whatever I say on here is my opinion only. Okay? I never look straight forward. I always look around me for the best interest for me. Alright, I like to be able to protect myself by any means necessary. And I like to gain and not lose. But here we go.
Hey everyone, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Paul Vacheski and welcome to the Real Estate Classroom YouTube channel where our mission is simple, and that is to help you pass your real estate exam the first time. And if you are studying for your real estate exam, might I suggest that you hit that little red subscribe button and click on that little notification bell, and that will notify you every time I upload a new exam prep video. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss two concepts: the feudal system and the allodial system. So let's get to today's video. So in today's real estate exam prep video, we're going to discuss two concepts that, quite honestly, I never thought I would see on a licensing exam. However, I have received recently several emails from students saying that these two concepts did appear on their real estate licensing exam. And it seems that pretty much all the testing services, PSI, AMP, and the rest of them, they have included these similar types of questions. So I decided to do a video. Now what happens is, I'm sure that you have heard these two key terms before in your pre-licensing class. Many instructors, typically the very beginning of the very first night of your first class,
if you get yourself maybe a really good attorney and you is rich beyond means, I bet you 10 to 1 these billionaires may actually have lineal titles. I could be wrong. Okay? I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, that's really stupid on their behalf.
Throw out these two concepts to indoctrinate you into the whole process or the whole system of land ownership. But
let me pause that for there a second. Okay. Now, judges before all this crap changed in 1871, they literally actually have to own their own property. When I say own their own property, they had to have a lineal title to be a judge. It was their bond. They had to set it for collateral, just in case they did not go by the Constitution. That was also for Congress. Any type of government officials, you would actually had to own your own property so you can use it as collateral. Once again, just in case they got sued. Now they use insurance. Now they don't have lineal titles. And now, it's hard to get rid of them. I don't know. It's amazing.
Up until now, I never heard of being on the licensing exam. So what are these two concepts? Well, they are the feudal system and the allodial systems of ownership. And the feudal system is the king owns everything. The king owns everything. There is no private individual ownership. And what would happen is the king would appoint a landlord over a certain size parcel of land, and maybe the king would even appoint certain peasants to work for that landlord. but the landlord doesn't own it. They're just a lord.
Alright, so the governor is the king. They got the counties of being the landlord. And then they got the code enforcers to maintain their fines. Is how today's deal works. Okay, so instead of calling him king, we call him governor. But in essence, same principle. Alright?
Over that property, and at any time the king could fire that landlord, or if that landlord died, then the king would reappoint a new lord. And remember, the king owns everything under the feudal system. Very common in the Middle Ages in Europe, and to a certain extent, it actually even came over to the British colonies, where the king still owned.
You know, I'm glad I found this video because I never thought about the feudal system. Huh. How can we make this work in court? And y'all think about that. What we have to do is accuse them or ask questions, basically. Are you operating in the feudal system? Are you not the landlord and sending out code enforcement for our taxes, for our lease? It's just a question, y'all.
Everything. The king would appoint governors over the different colonies, and then the governor would then appoint different plantation owners, etc. But something happened in 1776. We threw the British out, and we became a new country who embraced what's called the allodial system of land ownership. This is where individuals have the right to own land without government interference. So that individual landowner...
Stop right there. Listen to that word very carefully. That we had the right to own land without government officials being involved. That right there, that concept right there is just so foreign to us now because we've been so deluded of all this malarkey mess on the ground, which is what they call the S word.
Has the right to buy land, sell land, lease it, exchange it, option it, will it to their heirs. They can, remember the bundle of rights. That is a concept that we have talked about before, and I'll leave a link to that video right up here in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. That is the foundation of the allodial system. And there is one other key real estate term I do want you to know. It's called a land patent. And I'm sure most of you have heard the term, but you may not know what it is. So after we gained our independence and we had the 13 original states, well, the United States expanded west, and new territories were gained by the government. The government owned all that land. And when the government would transfer title to the settlers that were expanding west, they would use what's called a land patent to transfer title. Now, we know in today's real estate world that an individual will pass title using a deed. But back then in the...
Okay, now just see, we're going back to this one thing. The deed is not a patent title. It's not a lineal title. I believe it's the number one, y'all. The king owns the land. Alright? Which voluntarily enter contract with them. But a patent, if you sit and think about it, anytime you get a patent on anything, is to make money off of others. Right? If you make a song and you create a patent on there and you sell your song out, well, you make money off it. This is what patents are. That you're the true ownership of it. Alright?
early 1800s. In fact, land patents were still used up into the late 1800s. When the government would transfer title, they used a land patent, and that's the document that was used. So it is a key real estate term that you do have to know for your real estate licensing exam. If you're going to continue studying, you might want to check out this video right up here in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please do so. Click the little circle to my left, and don't forget to click on that little notification bell. Comments and questions, love both of them. Put them down in the comment section. I would appreciate that as well. That's all I got for today. I'll see you.
There you go, y'all. Interesting. Alright, this will be People News. Till next time. Bye, y'all.